Hey, hi everyone. This is Deonte Burden, host of Changing Lives. Hey, this is my very first live stream that I've had. I'm trying to do at least twice a week. What I want to do is kind of have outside of the show, maybe some 5 or 10 minute shows, depending on how big the chat room is and response we get. Give me another opportunity to give you guys some free information. So I invited everybody out. I know it's kind of last minute because just want to get some experience with doing this, but also to give you opportunity to chime in, hit the chat room, submit questions that you may have that's tax or business related. Again, it's something I'm going to try to do twice a week. Try to do at least every Sunday. But right now, we just want to start those initial phases of getting out there and giving everyone the opportunity to ask questions that may be tax or business related. We're in probably what third week of tax season right now. Business is going pretty good. We got a lot of clients coming in. One thing that I think that's hitting a lot of people, folks are actually getting a big variance in terms of the year before. In my particular with my particular customers, most of them are getting probably less than they got back last year. A lot of that probably a direct result of Jobs and Tax Act, not in a negative way. It's just they for the amount of money that they made, they just didn't necessarily pay enough taxes. And if you guys tune into the show on a regular basis, you'll know that I did put that out. I think back in November. As far as people, make sure you go to your HR department or make sure you reevaluate those W-4s to make sure you're paying enough taxes from your job during the year. What happened was those actual withholding tables changed. So in essence, everyone was paying you getting paid the same amount of money from your employer, but the actual amount that was taken out, depending on how you feel your W-4, that changed. You should have been bringing back home more money. And in essence, the way that worked, as far as you bringing home more money, you were spending more in the economy. So in actuality, that would enable businesses to make more money because you're spending more money because you're bringing more home. The issue that comes up with that is that you're still on the hook for the same amount of taxes that you were liable for before. So let's give a quick example with some numbers. See if you got a check for $500, and after taxes last year, it was 350 that you brought home. Now, with what happened after the Jobs and Tax Act in 2017, 2018, you probably bringing home 400 out of that 500. So you probably bring about $50 more. In essence, if at the end of the year you were on the hook for X amount of dollars for the tax percentage, like I said, that didn't change. So in the year before, you may have paid, let's say, $2,000 in taxes, whereas last year you probably paid maybe 1,200 to 1,500. That variance you're still on the hook for, and most of my clients are kind of seeing that now. I'm from a different school of thought. I know it's always exciting for everybody to get big refunds and stuff like that. I'm never a big fan on getting a refund. What I try to do is um, I want people to look at it in terms of it's not necessarily Christmas or a payday. You look at it in terms of you can do more with your money than the U.S. government can during the year. So if you're in that range of $500 or $1,000 for a refund, or $500 to $1,000 that you owe, that lets me know that you got most of your money back during the year. Now again, I know some people looking at, hey, I want to get $89,000 like that. Now again, if you qualify for earned income or different things like that, I get that. But the thing I think a lot of people don't understand is that those that's more so depending on where you fall in line for a lower income bracket, to be able to be eligible for that with the high payouts for earned income and also the $2,000 that was double from last year for the child tax credit. But if you're actually here working, you're making, I would say, upwards of $50,000 a year. You looking to get seven, eight, $9,000 in a tax refund. Uh, I wouldn't suggest it. I think you can do a whole lot more with your money during the year than the IRS could. So I would, advise everyone to go back and reevaluate their W-4s, talk to your HR to see what you're paying out, and kind of be mindful of that during the year. Uh, Again, if you, I open up the floor for anybody that want to tune in to the live chat and submit questions. We're gonna try to do this on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Give folks the opportunity to ask questions. But tonight I want to talk about um, how to stop procrastination. And a lot of time, I know a lot of people procrastinate, and I've been the victim myself, especially in the world of social media. You got a lot of distractions out there. It's easy to get off your rocker, to kind of check out, who's liking what, who posted this, or some people just being, outright damn nosy. So what I want to do is kind of get like four little easy tactics people can use to help you avoid procrastination. Um, the first thing is when you're on task with something, I think sometimes we get a feeling that things just aren't progressing fast enough. And then if things ain't moving fast enough, I think it's going too slow. Your mind kind of wander. Let me go check on this. Let me check on that. And I advise anybody just stay focused. Uh, it's super, super easy to get pulled off course when you think things aren't moving at the pace you want them to be. I think if you go into a situation mentally understanding that this is a process, this may take me an hour, a day, or something like that, and you know that from the beginning or the onset of it, your mind to kind of stay on track instead of you just kind of get mentally fatigued relatively quickly and getting off task. So I think the first thing you just don't feel like it's moving fast enough, and the easy solution to that is kind of make your mind set to know that this is going to be a process, so you don't get off task too quick. The next thing you don't really know where to start on something. So it's just like when you put you just buy some furniture or get something from the store, those ones you got to assemble yourselves, and you see all these damn pieces scattered out everywhere. Now, of course, it's going in order how you get it done, but you see some places here, some places there may be easier. I can fix the drawers, I can fix the doors. I don't want to get all those other parts that will have a million pieces, but there is a chain that you're supposed to go about everything. And if we sit here and see a task that has all these different moving pieces, we kind of get off track with everything because we forget where we're supposed to start at and then go in a sequential order from there. So I think I challenge people with that when you don't know exactly where to start, stop, find a starting point. Don't even try to sit here and just do this and do that and everything. Focus on finding a starting point. Focus on getting a method or a pathway to get to your objective. Do that first and then move forward. I think if you try to just move forward without a clear path or clear order on how to do it, you'll be all over the place. And then next thing you know, you're going into something else, you're putting it off. Uh, uh, next thing you know, you spend an hour or two doing something that had nothing to do with it. So my best advice to you to do that when you don't have a clear path where to go, stop for a second and draft that out for yourself. Um, the third thing, when we start thinking about procrastination, sometimes people, when they're on something, they have this fear of failing, the fear of messing up with that. So psychologically, their mind get off track, and because they don't want to face certain tasks because it can make things insurmountable. Like, man, that's too much to do right now. I can't even figure that out. So you try to avoid it, go into something else, hop on something, I come back to it later and everything because of that fear of it's something that they can't even attain. And what I always say, fear breeds inaction, and we have no inaction. There's nothing going on whatsoever. So instead of just getting in those kind of ruts where you're not doing anything and putting it off and waiting a while, or waiting for somebody to come save you, uh, number one, address what you're scared of. Okay. Then when you look at what's scared, try to find solutions to overcome that fear. Now, most time we're fearful of something because we don't know nothing about it. We haven't prepared for it. So again, make yourself knowledgeable of what you need to take care of. Usually it's not nothing that you can't handle. It's just more so something that you're unfamiliar with that you just ain't got the courage of yet to just, go head on and knock it out. But that's the third thing in terms of people afraid of failure. And like I said, again, equip yourself with enough information so you don't get off track and start procrastinating to answer that solution or take care of that. So it's just not something that you just stay away from because you're scared of. The fourth thing is, and I think this is the, the major cause with a lot of stuff when we start talking about procrastination, he just don't even want to do it. And I think when you have a task that you don't like, you don't want to get started with, you'll find every damn reason in the world not to get started with it. So I think in order for you to uh, get around something that you don't want to do is number one, just do it. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but we're not always going to be in a situation to do things that we're totally enthused about doing, or something that we like doing, but some of the tasks in order to get there, you just rather not deal with it, try to skip it or anything like that. And when that happens is we'll spend 10 hours on a 2-hour task just because we didn't feel like dealing with it. You have to be professional, you have to be attentive, and you have to focus on the task at hand. Because again, like I said, you can easily get off track because it's something you don't necessarily want to deal with. Again, those four uh, four solutions I gave you on how to deal with procrastination. Um, Been in the chat room, 10 minutes already. I know yapping that long, but again, it's something I'm going to try to do every Sunday. Maybe do it once or twice in a week. So if you missed me today, kind of keep a grip on, we'll say like 5 or 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We'll open it up. People, you have any questions that are business related, tax related, this is your opportunity for free to tune in to me and get some good information. We're in the middle of tax season. We're at the beginning of tax season right now. Please go to my website, book an appointment, www.majesticbiz.com. My number at the office is 678-479-4007. When you go to the website, you'll see the booking or the scheduling link. Hit on that. The now consulting links, I got a phone call about that the other day. The consulting, we charge $50 for 30 minutes and $75 for an hour for business consulting. But if you have for the income tax appointment bookings, it's free. So just scroll down, find the income tax booking, prep booking. It's free of charge. Book it, lock it in, and your appointment is set. You know, we got a strong name, strong reputation that we stand behind. 17 years. Entrepreneur.com 360 list. That's on the top 360 privately owned companies in the United States. I have over 20 years experience in the financial services industry. We got a good team, good company, and I love for to service your tax preparation needs or any kind of needs you may have that may be individual or small business related. Again, that's www.majesticbiz.com, majesticbiz.com, and go to the website. Book your appointment. Number is also 678-479-4007. Deonte Burden. I hope you enjoyed the information that I gave you today on ways to stop procrastination. Got tons of other little videos like that. So if you get the opportunity, please go to the YouTube page, like, share, subscribe to the page. I think our next show, we're skipping this week because of Valentine's Day, but we'll be back on the 21st. We'll be discussing what parents need to be doing for their kids to get to college. You know, in general, I think I had another video about how parents are always pushing their kids to do great in school and everything like that. But you have too many times kids have done everything they're supposed to do that the parents told them to do in high school. And then we get around that senior year, parents haven't done any damn thing for the kids to get to their next level. I'm talking about as far as you're the straight A student, and we know good grades do what? Good grades get you accepted. They don't necessarily get tuition paid. So the kid has done everything the parent told them to do, and they're ready to go to school. They're submitting to some of these schools, and the parents are letting them know right then and there we don't have money for it. So what I wanted to do is just provide a forum in terms of what parents say, listen, if you're going to push your kids to go that path and do well, this is what you need to do on your end to kind of make sure we kind of find some kind of agreement, and not necessarily saying the kid has to go Ivy League or anything like that, but just some strategies to kind of help your kids out. If you already send them on that upward path, you want to make sure that path is set. You know, you got a walkway for them to go down. Too often kids have done everything they were supposed to do, and their parents' solution to them is get a damn mountain full of student loans. And that's not a good damn idea altogether. So tune in to the 21st. My baby boy, William Burden, he'll be doing that show with me too. So I have a lot of good information going. Again, this is Deonte Burden, host of Change the Lives. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the night's live chat. Like I said, again, we're going to try to do this every week. So if you missed us, you know, just tune in next time and stuff. This is your opportunity to get some of that free information that be business or tax related. As always, thanks again. Deonte Burden, host of Change the Lives. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you hit that blue man in the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to the channel. Take care and please spread the word about this channel. Love you guys. Thanks.